Good morning to all of you. Again, this is an honor and privilege for me to be able to speak and share some of the information with you this morning. Also to celebrate the World Milk Day, and I hope to be able to point out some of the opportunities where we are working towards an ASEAN community building, which expected to be realized by 2015, and hopefully raise some of the opportunities that Delhi sector may wish to consider by promoting some sort of joint approaches or regional cooperation so that we can address the common issues and challenges we have. Um, I'll be speaking is basically to provide a bit of details on the challenges and opportunities where Delhi sector may wish to consider in the context of moving towards ASEAN community. Of course, a number of questions posed by Vinod will not be answered by me, but I hope to be able to shed some light to some of the opportunities and what are considerations that we all can take in the coming hours when we start discussing about moving forward. I hope to be able to highlight some of the issues and challenges facing the livestock and particularly the dairy sector, providing a bit of overview of the ASEAN community integration process by focusing on key policy measures that has been adopted by ASEAN in working towards an ASEAN community, economic community, and also socio-cultural community. These two are the two important pillars of ASEAN where they have direct link or interlinkages with daily sector. Then towards the end, I would provide some sort of interlinkages between ASEAN community building as a whole and also the livestock and dairy sector. So to see what are the key elements, issues that we need to discuss and how we can move forward. Vinod has pointed out a bit of a status and prospect of the dairy sector, particularly scene setting in terms of importance of the dairy sector, in terms of production, import, export, and so on. I'd like just to highlight some of the elements that perhaps help substantiating his points. One of that is the growing population that we all have, and not only in terms of the total population that we have, but also the middle income generation that has been expanding, particularly in Asia and Southeast Asia. This has raised the issues of food security, not only in terms of the amount of food available for people, but also other aspects of food security, particularly the nutritional aspect, so that we all can live in a healthy lifestyle. We also noted change in consumption patterns, not only in terms of focusing on the staple food, but some other high nutrient food commodities. And even as a consumer, I think there's been a movement towards to see the good quality food. For example, dairy products. One of the interesting story I discussed with colleague was the growing the changing lifestyle of people in the city, like consuming the 3-in-1 coffee. But one thing that I'd like just to share with you that there's movement towards looking into what contained in 3-in-1 coffee. If you look into the detail of 3-in-1 coffee, then of course people started to look whether is it safe or is it good quality that we need to consume non-dairy product in the 3-in-1 coffee. So this kind of awareness and the demand for good quality products, just as in 3-in-1 coffee, and I'm sure that either yesterday, today, or tomorrow, each one of us will certainly consume 3-in-1 coffee, and that's how close it is to us. So now this movement really point out the need that the importance is in fact hidden in a number of lifestyle of the new generation and also the coming years of Asia and Southeast Asia. I hope that will point out that milk is not be seen as a mere dairy product, milk, but also all deliveries of the products that we all consume, and of course we enjoy the bakery products and cakes and so on and so forth. Now, other issues that I like just to point out is that as part of promoting economic development and integration, we see more dynamic and high competition in terms of raw materials and inputs, breeds, feeds becoming scarce and becoming highly competitive. Even the use of vet drugs and its usage has raised the concern to the public at large. And all this issue will put pressures to the production sector in terms of demand from consumer and also from the importing countries. Land and water resources becoming an issue because not only in terms of agriculture sector but other sector using land and water, this become highly competitive. Labor forces, particularly Thailand, has been an issue that we are no longer afford having our own labor supporting agriculture sector in general, not to mention about Delhi sector. Market access has been issues as some of the countries still lack of capacity and there's still cross-border trade arrangement yet to be fully operational. This put pressure also to the Delhi sector. In the production side, we also experience transboundary animal disease concern, and of course this has also major concern over the animal production and also animal products. This also implied to the safety and quality of livelihoods and public health, and this part and parcel of looking into how livestock and dairy sector should go about meeting all these challenges. Trade, economy, and markets has a number of challenges, particularly talking about regional integration. We see a lot of opportunities of expanding value chain from national value chain to cross-border value chain. From country move towards the other countries through cross-border trade arrangement. There will be a number of growing trade arrangement as pointed out through FTAs, either bilateral or multilateral trade arrangement, issues of safety, animal health, and diseases under the SPS measures, and also using technical barrier to trades in some country pose concern. Consumer demand and requirements, as earlier pointed out, particularly focusing on food safety, and there is a growing recognition and demand for social consideration has been also consideration that we all need to take. Trade and market access, particularly SMEs sector, the statistic has shown that the region still has a large number of smallholders, and how we can go about supporting them. Of course, not individual of them, perhaps through some form of organization, empowerment, and so on. This needs to be put into a drawing board in moving forward, strengthening the sector. The issues of big player on one hand and small players like multinational firms, small producer, whether how we can leveraging the playing field has been concern of a number of countries, and of course we hope to be able to promote economic development and integration, but at the same time ensure equitable economic development. Standards recognition systems has been heavily put into the producer, because without proper standards, without proper certification, recognition, and labeling, it will not be able to access market easily, but at the same time put extra burden on the cost of having certification. Big commercial scale will not have much of the problem, but what happened to the smallholders, whether they have access to those services and they are able to trade their products. Emerging issues like animal welfare, of course there's still many school of thought, but of course this is growing up, and also climate related concern, dealing with the livelihoods and also production system, whether it reduce productivity in any production system, extreme climate events, and also the so-called carbon footprint and mitigation measures, particularly in the Delhi sector, has been raised here and there. So all this put a lot of pressures concern to the Delhi sector, how we can steer our sector throughout this situation. Now, let me quickly go through the ASEAN community building process. Of course, the whole idea is to see what are the opportunities. Without introducing much to the ASEAN community building itself, I'd like just to highlight only the objective of the community, which is to promote peace, security, accelerate economic growth, social process, and cultural development. The whole idea is to live together with a stronger kind of development progress, so that we can depend on comparative advantage in the middle of big global players like China, US, and so on, so that we can become stronger in the middle of these development scenarios. Towards a regional community by 2015, as earlier pointed out, ASEAN community will comprise 3 pillars: political, security, economic, and social cultural. In the context of Delhi sector, I would like just to focus on the last 2, where there are issues directly related to the sector. In the course of building an ASEAN community, there are policy measures that has been agreed for us to implement. The idea is that if we implement these policy measures, we'll be able to better connect it, and we will be able to leverage on our comparative advantage, so that we can benefit from economic integration and development, and also by working together. The economic pillar is characterized by having a single market and production base. Basically, the whole idea is we can produce in one place, we can process in another countries, market in another, export, and so on, so that we build upon our economic comparative advantage. But to be able to achieve this, we need to ensure free flow of goods, to have goods free flow from one country to another, meaning to say that we need to agree on the same standards, and we need to have cross-border trade facilitation, so that we recognize standards from each other. Also, free flow of investment, capital, and also including food and agriculture, forestry sector. We need also to recognize the importance of having ASEAN as competitive economic region by looking into in terms of consumer protection, intellectual property, and infrastructure development, so that we will become more competitive. Equitable economic development by supporting SMEs, as not only Delhi sector, other agriculture and other sector, we still have a large number of smallholder or small producer. We hope to be able to support them so that they can benefit from economic integration. And of course, by integrating ASEAN into global economy, will allow ASEAN to position itself in a better position in terms of economic development. This has been done through developing or promoting FTAs. In terms of social cultural, this is another side of story that oftentimes ASEAN community will not give much of the focus or attention. One is on the human development. Economic benefit will not yield unless we have good quality human in terms of knowledge and healthy lifestyle. So we need to ensure this through education, decent work, and giving due consideration to support women, youth, and elderly and disabilities. In context of social welfare and protection, we hope to be able to look into aspects like poverty alleviation, looking into food security, not only in terms of availability of food, but nutritional aspect, health care, control of communicable disease, and disaster preparedness and responses. I go quicker to environmental issues, where Delhi sector in particular will have to look into the natural resources, biodiversity, and climate change. And particularly on the last issues, there has been a number of concern whether our cows eat too much grass and release too much gas, and therefore we should skip eating this kind of products and turn to be vegetarian. I, for one, will not be able to do that. And I'm sure that many of us will certainly agree. So these are the policy measures that guide us how we can contribute by leverage on the policy instruments so that the sector can benefit from ASEAN community integration. Although it sounds simple, but it's so difficult to do. And of course, the next set of slides, I try just to point out what exactly we expect to do in terms of ASEAN and livestock sector. Or before that, I forgot one slide, which is to look into the linking countries together through the infrastructure in terms of institutional connectivity, which is looking into cross-border trade, movement of goods, and also people to people. This is what I would like just to highlight, that the people to people connectivity will bring us more demand for food. And not only in terms of amount of food, but quality of food, because tourism will bring more people to the region. Latest statistics show that on an annual basis, we'll welcome 75 million people, and that put more pressure to the food requirement in the region in terms of quality and nutritional aspect. Okay, I'll just try to walk quickly by looking into the interlinkages between ASEAN and Delhi sector. One is to work towards promoting competitiveness of livestock and dairy products. And of course, a number of food standards need to be developed. Excellency Ministers has pointed out some of this. Harmonized quarantine inspection, and this is still an area that we need to put more effort to it. Cross-border value chain and linkages, logistic and distribution systems. I need to be quicker, I think. By promoting ASEAN community, of course, we won't be able to achieve this through the public sector intervention alone, but we need to promote joint approaches and alliance with the private sector, both commercial scale and also the farmers group, particularly the smallholder. Food security and livelihoods would need to be addressed and given due consideration in terms of nutritional value, balanced consumption, local food security, because we have talked about milk consumption, but having the smallholder keeping their cows, goats at the backyard will basically also provide local food security, the role of women and children, which basically providing important aspect of livelihoods. And of course, climate change that's been pointed out. I'd like just to jump to my last point, and I'd like just to spend a bit of time here, as I thought that this could give a bit of issues to be discussed. The issues here from the morning, we have heard that there are multifaceted contributions of Delhi sector to ASEAN community, either economic development integration, or in terms of food security, nutritional aspect, the role of women, and so on and so forth. So perhaps we need to see how the sector could even expand contribution even more. And we know that there's still potential in the region because we're still net importers of dairy products. So one of the issues that I take the cue from Vinod was, perhaps if we want to address this at the regional level, one may need to consider finding a proper platform. The platform where the players can really express their concern, raise their issues, linking their concern to the policy makers so that Delhi sector become embedded into the ASEAN development process. How that can be done? One of the suggestions that I've learned from other sector, and this is what I would like to submit for your consideration, is to strengthen regional Delhi network or mechanism through some form of ASEAN Delhi Club. This is not a new idea. This has been practiced in other sectors, particularly like cassava, tuna in case of fisheries, seaweed, and so on. This may be one of the mechanisms that provide platform for all stakeholders, public, private, to really discuss, raise issues, directions, and link concern to the policy making process. And of course, I'll be joining later in the discussion if anything I could add more. Sorry for the time limitation. I hope that give a bit of glimpse of what are opportunities and challenges we all can take. Thank you.